Alright, so this new 105 Karembeu is kinda strange, and I'm not even gonna lie, when I first saw this card, I was confused. Not because it's bad, but because it's one of those cards that doesn't scream broken at first glance. But once you actually break it down, yeah, this might be one of the most interesting RMFs we've gotten in a while. And it all starts with that low screamer skill, because let's be honest, when you hear low screamer on a midfielder, especially someone like Karembeu, you're not expecting anything crazy, but the way this card is built, it actually starts to make sense because look at his stats. 92 kicking power, 75 finishing, and decent ball striking overall. This is not a pure goal scorer, but he's not useless in front of goal either. And that's where low screamer becomes dangerous, because you're not trying to finesse or curl everything. You're hitting clean, powerful, driven shots, especially in those edge-of-the-box situations, and if you've played eFootball long enough, you already know. Those low-driven shots can be very annoying for keepers to deal with, especially when they're hit early and with power. So suddenly, Karembeu has this unexpected threat where he can just arrive late, boom, low screamer into the bottom corner. And you're like, wait, why is my RMF scoring like that? But now let's actually talk about the bigger picture because this card is not just about shooting. In fact, that's not even his main role because when you look at his overall stats, that's when things start to click because 91 ball control, 89 dribbling, 92 tight possession. That is a very clean technical base for a wide midfielder. He's not clunky, he's not heavy, he's actually very smooth on the ball. And that's important because at RMF, you're constantly receiving under pressure, turning, looking for options, and Karembeu looks like the type of player that won't panic. He'll keep the ball, recycle possession, and keep your attack flowing. And then you add 88 low pass and 88 lofted pass. Yeah, this is where he starts to feel like more than just a wide player, because now he can actually create. He can switch play, he can send balls into the box, and he can link up with your midfield. So you're not just getting a runner, you're getting a complete midfielder on the wing. And that's actually very valuable in this game. Now let's talk about his physical and athletic side, because this is where Karembeu becomes even more interesting. 90 speed and 95 acceleration. Yeah, that's explosive. That's the type of pace that allows you to beat fullbacks, make overlapping runs, and recover defensively. And then you add 85 physical contact, which is actually very solid for a wide player. This is not someone that just gets bullied off the ball easily. He can hold his own. He can ride challenges. And that's a big deal, especially in this current meta where physicality matters a lot. And then 97 stamina. Yeah, this guy is running all game, up and down, attack, defend, press, recover. He's basically everywhere, and that's exactly what you want from an RMF. But now, we have to talk about the most confusing part of this card, Fortress, because I'm not even gonna lie. Fortress on an RMF is kind of weird. Like, when you think of Fortress, you're thinking defensive midfielders, center backs, players that are constantly under pressure and need that extra stability. Not a wide midfielder, but at the same time, when you actually think about how Karembeu plays, it's not completely useless because this is not your typical flashy winger. This is more of a balanced, hard-working midfielder, someone who will track back, help defensively, and be involved in duels. So, in those moments where he's under pressure, where he's trying to hold the ball, shield, or win it back, Fortress can actually activate and give him that extra edge, so it's not meta-breaking on this position. But it's not useless either. It just feels unusual. And this brings us back to the main question. Is his low screamer actually good? And honestly, I'd say yes, but with a condition because this is not something you're going to spam every single time. This is not like Blitz Curler where you're actively building your play around it. Low screamer on Karembeu is more of a bonus, a surprise weapon, something that catches your opponent off guard, because nobody is expecting your RMF to just smash a low-driven shot into the corner. And that unpredictability, that's what makes it effective, especially in tight games where one moment can decide everything. But at the same time, you need to be realistic. This is not a pure attacking card. His finishing is 75, his curl is 69, so don't expect insane consistency in front of goal. You're not building your attack around his shooting, you're using it as an extra option, and if you use it correctly, it will definitely win you games. So overall, this Karembeu is one of those cards that doesn't look insane on paper, but in-game, he could actually be very, very solid, especially if you like balanced players who can do a bit of everything.